calling the April 14th meeting of the Ayer Board of Health to order. It's 5:33, I guess, call it. Who wants to read tonight? I guess we have to read.
Oh, the top.
Whose turn is it to read? Yeah.
I don't have my hard copy unless I pull it up on my phone. So.
Give it to you.
That's okay. Well, unless you want.
That's okay.
Unless you want me to read it. I mean, if you'd rather I would.
This meeting
I'll let you two fight it out.
/ hearing of the Ayer Board of Health will be held in person at the location provided on this notice. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and participation via Zoom is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting / hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with a particular interest in a specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. This meeting will be live on Zoom. The public may access the proceedings by joining Zoom meeting ID number 978-772-8220, note new Zoom number, or by calling 929-205-6099. Excuse me. For additional information about remote participation, please contact Samantha Benoit, Administrative Coordinator at sbenoit@ayer.ma.us or 978-772-8220, extension 145, prior to the meeting.
Thank you very much. Is this still exactly the wording that we have to say? Like, why do they have us say at the meeting, contact somebody prior to the meeting?
Because it's posted.
Oh, right, it's for the posted version.
It's for the posted version.
Okay, got it. That
And
makes perfect sense.
sort of as a notice, this was hybrid meetings or virtual meetings were set to expire on the 31st of March. They've been extended till 2027.
I saw that. Yeah, which is probably a good thing for upping participation. Okay, first thing right after call to order, I just want to say that we are not going to do the executive session that is posted on the agenda. We didn't really need one because there is no existing litigation strategy to discuss. But I will mention that the Board of Health did receive a summary judgment in its favor in the litigation regarding Mimi's Place versus Board of Health. All right, so no need for executive session. We're crossing that out. Anyone for public input? It looks like our physical audience is quite small, as usual. So I'll take that as a no. Old business, harm reduction update. As we all know, Tricia's is Board of Health representative to this group that's kind of working on a regional thing. So, would you like to update us, Ms. Peters?
I am just going to give you the updates from the meeting, the quick notes that we got.
You meet once a month, right?
Yeah, once a month.
So you met kind of the end of
the end
March,
of March.
sort of? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And I did a little digging this afternoon, and at this point, we are responsible for the meetings and what we talk about and everything. And some of the towns have included their select boards.
Okay.
Ours, we have not as of yet, but that is up and coming, as I'll tell you about in here. Ayer has been working on, well, our survey is up and coming.
Yeah.
And Sam did a great job. We took examples from the other towns.
Yeah.
She streamlined it. It's really good.
That was a great job.
Yeah. So we're going to focus on spending priorities for the opioid abatement funds.
Yeah.
We're not going to solicit for input on pooling funds because we all agreed that was the best option because it was so lopsided. Groton's committee had some reservations, but they would be 100% on board if the position described in hiring a person to oversee as a substance use specialist
Yeah,
And there's so many different types of people that could be hired for this.
yeah,
So that's something that they're looking at. Like I said, Groton had some reservations, but they'd be 100% on board if the position described is balanced more with treatment and recovery as opposed to leaning heavily toward prevention, because their survey in Groton came back more
yeah.
for treatment
yeah.
and recovery as opposed.
And that's where the results of our
Yeah.
survey should
Yeah.
guide us.
And
yeah.
Harvard has concerns that the duties of the job are a little too much for one person, but they're planning to have Olivia Dufour, who spoke at one of the last meetings, to come and talk to the committee. And as hearing from her did alleviate his individual concerns related to the workload. So there's, like I said, there's different ways of doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Harvard's still leaning towards putting 50% of their funds towards a position, because Harvard has
Okay.
the most.
Okay.
Littleton will run a finalized position description by their HR department for approval before they can move forward with hiring. Francis Daigle, who is the health agent in Littleton, says he'd like to see someone who offers more direct intervention in terms of assessing needs, guiding folks to resources, and acting as a treatment advocate.
Okay.
The group ID's a social work background might be really helpful. So connections to care is an important facet to include in the position description for both Harvard and Groton. So everybody has a little different spin on what they're looking
Yeah,
for in
yeah.
this person. But so to note, between April's meeting, which is next week, and May's meeting, we're going to be ironing out the financials and approaching decision-making bodies in towns with the position description as drafted and templated, and make a recommendation in writing to select boards.
Okay.
So that's coming up. May's meeting is going to be an informal, solid commitment from each town and initiate the MOU process.
Okay.
We have an MOU drafted from MAHB, which towns may end up wanting to run it by their
Yep.
legal, but maybe
Yep.
not. And we can always ask Rich Mucci, who has represented, has written these MOUs up for other towns. So
Okay.
we have plenty of people to
Okay.
refer back to. So that's where we are.
All
So I'm
right.
thinking by May we'll have a bigger meeting and include
Yeah.
at least Ayer anyways, include our select board and if we get feedback by then, which we should,
Yeah.
we'll be able to have even more
Yeah.
people that will have input. So that's
Okay.
where we are.
Yeah, I would think that the MOU has to be signed to, like, after they sign the MOU, have they been talking about, like, is there a name for this regional thing or coalition or pooled fund?
Yeah,
people?
yeah, it's the opioid abatement board or fund.
Yeah.
That's the money. Yeah.
I just didn't
It's
know if
the
it had
pool.
like a snappy shorthand name or something, you know.
No, opioid abatement funds pooling, monthly meeting. That's what we're calling it right now.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what we had to do.
Yeah, because I
Going
would
forward.
think that they've got to have that MOU signed
yeah,
before they
something.
can like start hiring people and doing stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but we want to be able to present that, the job description, what we're looking for,
yeah.
and things like that,
Yeah.
so that when they do the MOU, they'll have an idea of what they're looking at for
Okay,
job
gotcha.
description. So that's coming up in May.
All right. Because I wonder, I'm not really sure, like I see occasionally a selectman's agenda, but actually you might have some good input here. Is, like, what's the right time to approach selectmen to tell them that this thing is coming? You know, it's ultimately them that has to sign on for it. And I think that it probably would not be the most effective thing to like wait until, so the first word they hear of it is when somebody comes to do a presentation. What's the like right way to?
Well, I guess number one, do you want to have them come to our meeting, or would we go to a selectmen's meeting?
Mm,
You know,
that's an interesting point. Yeah.
because, you know,
Yeah.
a member of the board could attend the selectmen's meeting. You could get on the agenda to
Yeah.
present where we are in this process.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Or they could send someone to our meeting too.
Yep.
So.
But do we have to, do we have to wait to do that? The only reason I'm asking this is because all the other towns have done their survey. Like I said, I'm late to the.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was, Sam had it all ready to go.
yeah.
Could we get permission to do the QR code from the selectman's office and then get on their, agenda? Because it's gonna take a couple of weeks to get the feedback and,
Yeah, right,
So-
to compile all this stuff.
yeah. So I mean, I feel like if we go to a meeting, it's gonna be like, well, so.
Yeah, I know,
well, I don't
we're
have
gonna
any
need,
answers for you because it's not back yet.
yeah, and this is more of a heads up.
Yes,
Hey, there is this
yes.
movement afoot to pool funds and an MOA and,
I guess my thought is I would do this more immediately and then update them. But I don't think you want to wait till the process is 90%
Yeah,
complete.
right,
And say, this is what we've done.
I don't either. And I don't know
Why
what
not-
they already know, if
We have
anything.
no idea, but why not just get on the agenda to say, as the Board of Health, this is where we are with the opioid
Yeah.
abatement program.
Who's
And say the same thing.
chair currently?
I don't know.
I think
Because
it's Copeland.
okay, because I could just send an email for starters, saying, hey, they're just, heads up that this is afoot. Do you have an information source for this stuff? Would you like us to present something to you? We don't know a whole lot of the stuff. But I also need to get back in touch with Carly because the arrangement there for that was, yeah, we'll give you our survey, but and if you want to make changes or if you have input, yeah. But this is it's strictly a Board of Health thing. It's not it doesn't need a lot. So I'm pretty disappointed that we haven't gotten a response from them yet. So I'm gonna check on
But
that.
we need we need permission to go ahead with it, even if we don't get on the agenda right away.
Yeah, we need, because I think we need, I don't know whose is it approval to actually get that survey. We could put up flyers right now, but I think to get it on the town website, I don't know who approves that or.
Yeah, so Max is the one who puts everything up
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
website, and he knows about it. I've given him all the stuff, but he needs the okay from
Yeah,
Robert.
right, okay,
So
all right. So let me pick up with that one and just say, hey, we're at a point, we need to do this, we need to provide input, we need time to compile the information. And as part of that same discussion, I can just let her know that I'm gonna contact selectmen to just kind of let them know what's.
I would still get on the agenda though to make it at their meeting so that they're all hearing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, my question would be to have more, do you wanna send somebody to one of our meetings, should, want us to come to yours?
At the end of the day, they have to sign off on the funds, so why would we just go to their meeting? I mean,
Right, yeah.
I don't think that it's us versus them. This should just
No,
be.
no, I don't see it as
No,
that
and I
at
think
all.
going forward, after we get on, and we talk about the survey and we get that floated, there's gonna be more meetings that we're gonna have to attend now that it's gonna go into
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
MOU
know.
and legal stuff, so it's gonna be more than one
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah, this is true.
But,
to oversee funding like that.
Go there as soon as you can to update
Yeah.
them and then move forward.
Okay.
The other thing is, I think there's going to be a lot of questions about hiring someone, who the person's going to work for, and how does that whole thing, because they're not an
Yeah.
employee of, are they an employee of all the towns in the pool?
No, that's actually what I meant when I said,
Yeah.
once we do this MOU, is like this thing gonna be an organization? Is
Well,
it like
Right, and I need more clarification on that, and I will call.
like, how do they manage?
And who's the
Yeah.
person to report to,
They got as far as having Littleton volunteered to be the host town, which
Yeah.
I guess means that they give the person an office or
benefits,
something like that.
liability.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do
Liability?
with that, because I think this person is working for the.
It says Littleton will need to run the finalized position description by their HR department for approval before they can move forward with hiring. We're still in the phase of, okay, here's a couple of job descriptions, let's look at them and see
Yeah,
which one
right.
is a better fit.
Yeah, yeah. It's
If
kind
I
of
was
what
on the
we're
Board of
doing.
Selectmen, I'd want to know about that now,
Yeah.
rather than after the towns have talked about what they want to do. You know, I think that's a big deal, you know.
Because you said some of the towns have already involved selectmen, maybe not
I know
all.
that Harvard, I didn't hear from, I know that Harvard, he said that they were going to involve their select board at an upcoming meeting. But that was
Okay.
the meeting before last, I think. But I can clarify tomorrow with Jenna the question about who is, like it says, Francis Daigle and Littleton is gonna, run
Yeah.
it by their HR department, but if it's gonna be a pooled effort. so
Right,
those
it would
boards are-
seem
yeah,
that they
yeah.
work for that organization.
But they did have, they had I could not get these earlier. And it was the substance abuse specialist pooling. And then it has like an example of what a salary would be and what the input would be from each town.
Okay. got it.
Administration fees, all this other stuff. So that's something that has to be looked at a little closer.
So they might be just looking for like authorization to spend that chunk of money?
Yeah, Harvard had said that they were prepared to spend 50% of their, Harvard is still leaning towards putting 50% of their funds towards a position.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
the rest of the funding would be whatever shows back up in the pooled surveys.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
ours hasn't been done yet, so.
Yeah, and that's where the selectmen have the choice for like each
Yeah.
town's allotment. Okay, I'll get in touch with them and just kind of let them know that we're getting to a point where there are
Yeah.
some
Between
formal things to be
next
done.
week's meeting in May, we're gonna
Okay.
iron out the stuff for the select board, so.
Okay,
But in
all
the
right,
meantime,
gotcha.
like Steve said, I'd like to get the QR code, get going on that. before-
Yeah, I know. We really do need to get that, and it's just not that big of a deal. It
No.
seems to me.
Mm-mm.
It's a Board of Health survey. All right, I will follow up on that. Maybe it's not as big a deal as we think it is. So let me check
And
on
I'm
that
sure
one.
that they all have access to this stuff, it's on the state website.
Yeah, that's true too. But honestly, I look at the selectmen's agenda sometimes and I go, these people are like responsible for nuclear disarmament and world peace. It's like I kind of like don't want to bother them with
I
this.
know,
Oh,
I-
Ayer's got $6,000.
I know, that's how I felt, they kind of made it, originally, the way things were coming across the desk was, okay, we're the ones that are putting the input together, and when we
Yeah, I thought
come to a decision, we can go to our select boards with the MOU, but we're not there yet. So-
Yeah. That's kind of how I was viewing it up to now too. But it sounds like it's about time to give a heads up if they're getting, like MOU language and stuff like that together.
Yes.
Okay, I will make contact with some selectmen and I'll volunteer you.
And I'll get a hold of Jenna, so I'll know exactly what to say, so I won't be tripping over my tongue.
You won't trip over it.
She may also go with you.
I would
if
love
it's a
that.
Selectmen's meeting,
I
yeah,
would
and that would
love
probably
that.
be really helpful because she
Yeah.
could fill in the gaps of
Yes,
like the stuff
she's
that she knows.
so sharp.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I could actually ask Jenna first and, let her know that we're going to try to get on that.
Mhm.
Or do you need to talk to her in the next couple of days?
I'm
'Cause-
gonna be going, well, we're meeting next week.
Yeah, I was
But
kind
you
of
wanna-
hoping to get her
tomorrow,
before
I can
that.
call her in the morning. I tried calling her right after this afternoon.
Okay.
and it
I mean,
was-
if you have other stuff to talk to her about, then yeah.
Well, no, I want to clarify two of these big questions right here. tell
Yeah,
her
okay,
what
then
we're up
ask her if she would be willing to come, and I'll get in touch with selectmen and say that we would have a board representative, and we're working on someone from Neshoba that's also involved.
Yep, I'd love to have
Okay.
her.
Yeah,
come
that
with
would
me.
be a good team, because I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to do it alone either. I'd feel like there's information that I don't necessarily.
I know.
Yeah, have.
Thanks.
Okay, I'll let you know on that. Hopefully, Sam, I'm gonna have some good news on.
Okay.
Let's get this survey on the road. All right. What do we have from Nashoba? Anything, like we got inspection reports or anything? Or
Not much.
communication? I saw they're doing the rabies,
Yep,
you know.
rabies clinic.
clinics.
Bridget did send me 2 inspection reports this morning. One was for the ravioli theory.
Oh yeah, right. Are they opening now, or have they opened?
They have a soft opening, and they'll
Okay.
actually open. There's a couple of things they have to do for Charlie. So.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
But Bridget-wise, they're fine. And then we did receive another one. There is a farm stand opening on Sandy Pond Road.
Oh.
Yeah, you mentioned that last meeting. Is it going to be kind of like a permanent farm stand or a pop-up?
So it's in this woman's yard.
Yeah.
So, but she had to get a license, like a food license.
Yeah. Is it she just selling like fruit and vegetables, or is she selling anything baked or?
I think she's selling pie.
Okay, yeah, then that definitely falls under Bridget. I don't know if you're just selling fruit and vegetable, if you need anything.
Those are the only new ones. Everyone else has just been.
Okay, yeah.
The usuals of.
What's the ravioli place? What are they selling? Italian food or?
No, it's not Italian food.
What's the ravioli? That's what I.
No, he has a concept behind why he called it that.
Okay.
It's called ravioli theory.
Theory.
In theory,
So
this
does
is
it-
The menu's online, so you can.
Oh, it is now? Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Is it like a fusion kind of thing?
Kind of.
Or- Okay.
Kind of. It looks interesting. He's very psyched.
Can't go wrong with a ravioli. That's my theory. So, all right. So nothing urgent, nothing. Last time I talked to Bridget, I did ask her about if we're gonna, because she and Julie and I were gonna get an inspection together on Union Street for the marauding chickens, but she said that we don't have anything yet that works for us, and I think the guy works evenings or
Yeah,
something,
something
so
like
it's
that.
like kind of hard to schedule things. But she did say too that there like haven't been ongoing complaints that we're aware of from there. So I don't know, maybe things did get better. I spoke to Julie like within the last couple of weeks, and she said that it like looked like there was work being done there. So yeah, maybe hopefully that'll get better too. All right. Regulations review. So on the trash hauler, did you send me, Sam?
I didn't send them to you. I did get them.
Okay.
I thought I forwarded them, and then I looked today and I realized I hadn't. So.
Okay. All right. I'll check that.
I'll send them.
It was it was from Irene, right? Irene Congdon.
Sarah Voller. She's the recycle mass. She works.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
So I know that last time you guys had talked about how their draft regulations were sort of the intent was a little different.
Yeah.
She did call as like a follow up, and I sort of told her, I was like, there was some, reluctance to change all that because of that. And she goes, actually, there's just 3 sections that if we want the extra points in the end.
Yeah, those are the key to the points.
The key.
Okay.
So, in the 3, she did send them to me. She highlighted them for me.
Just forward it to me, and we'll put it on the agenda for the
Yeah.
next meeting. But I was just going to take a look at those 3 and see. All right, if we're not looking at the whole regulation, if we're just looking at these 3 points.
Yeah.
Well, points. I guess you could use that to get the points. These 3 points in the regulation to get the points.
But the grant, so if we do it all 3, it would be 2 points for air, which would result in $600 times 2, so that'd be $1,200, I think.
What does that go to? Does that come into the general fund, or does it go to something that DPW?
I think it might go to DPW. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. I'll take a look at what her 3 are, and then let's put it on again for next agenda, and I can just give you a, it's worth doing these couple of things or whatever. Or it's not. Okay. That sounds good. And I'll talk to Bridget, too, about what those changes are and how that would affect us.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that we were really leery about, if you remember, was the thing about dumpsters in apartment buildings and recycling.
Yep.
And, that's like controlling something other than what we wanted to.
This was
All
more.
right. Call log, I looked at, and that looked pretty quiet.
Yep.
Anybody have anything to say about the call log? So, yeah, nothing exciting going on. Okay, that's fine. Minutes, March 17th. You didn't put on the agenda the February 10th.
that after.
Can we vote on those then, or?
I think minutes are minutes. I don't think there's any, the chair decides to vote on it, you're fine.
All right, the chair so decrees.
And,
What-
and I made the edit.
So I
the February.
read the minutes and
Okay.
I had recused myself for the hearing and it wasn't part of the minutes and I asked.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
I added,
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
if you're interested, I added one
Right
sentence.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Is that
off-
the version you want me to sign?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
I just wanted to be clear that I offered and
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
licensee did not ask
I have
that.
page 1 if you
Yep.
want.
Oh, okay.
That's a good point.
Here, Pam, here's page 1 that goes with it.
Oh.
But other than that, I move we
Added
accept
the
the
one
minutes as presented.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. These are the minutes of February 10th.
Yes,
Yeah.
February 10th for
All right.
clarification.
February 10th, all in favor.
Aye.
We are doing. All right, next we have last week's meeting, which was pretty simple because it was a pretty quick, simple meeting. There was nothing in this that looked.
I didn't see
I
anything.
didn't see that one. I have March
Oh, you didn't?
March
Want to
17th.
take a quick look at it? It's
No,
really
I said I
easy.
didn't see anything.
Oh, you didn't. I thought you said you
I
didn't
have
see
March
it. Okay.
17th and February 10th.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so we just
on
did
February
February
10th.
10th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
You want to make the motion for March, or you want me to?
I make a motion that we accept the minutes of March 17th, 2025.
All in favor?
Second.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of rushing it. Come on.
Second.
Okay.
Second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. Just once, I'd like to finish before 6 o'clock. That's a goal.
Get 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna make it. There's that one. Okay, excellent. And we also did what? February.
All right.
All right. Any animal and fowl permits?
Yes.
Awesome.
I got the first round, I guess.
Great.
I did send out emails to everyone and then mailed the few that need mail.
Okay.
I will probably send out a second notice in a week or so.
Okay.
But as it is, we have 13 Mulberry Circle, who has 10 chickens.
Are these all repeats, or is anybody new?
All but one is a repeat.
Okay.
So I'll hold that one to the end. 32 Calvin has 25 chickens.
Okay.
9 Victor has 18 chickens and ducks.
Oh my gosh.
80 Central has 25 chickens.
Wow.
30 Groton Harvard has 10 chickens. 186 Littleton Road has 2 goats.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh.
And then this is a new one at 13 Rosewood Ave. He has 6 chickens. Julie has been out.
Okay.
He is all good. He's fine. He did everything you're supposed to. His chickens are happy and healthy.
They're happy and healthy. I love it.
Okay.
Okay. Were there goats there before?
Yes.
I remember. I thought there weren't, but that's okay. All right. So this is a renewal for his 2
Yeah.
goats. Yeah. Okay.
He said
Oh
that-
yeah, I see. He wrote in here same. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to take a look at?
I'm good.
I'm
You
good.
good? Okay. Well, somebody's got to move. So actually, let me take a.
How do we do it? Can we do it as a group or as individual?
Accept the permits as presented. Yeah.
Hang on. Let me take a quick look at this. The new one. So she has been there, right?
He's been there.
Julie has been there.
Says he's totally
Coop is
fine.
closed. That kind of feet. So they'll be. Do they need any paperwork? Andrew was asking. Huh. Stopped in. Looks good. Coop is
Oh,
closed.
yeah, that's my poster now.
Do they need any certificate paperwork? Andrew was asking. I wonder if he's asking for, like, does he get any?
Yeah, he was asking if he needed the license.
Oh, okay,
I
that's
answered-
what he's gonna get.
That's
but
my
he-
Post-it note,
Okay,
so.
all right, I got it. Okay. And he gave us all this good stuff. All right, a butters list.
There's a real one. He just emailed it to me.
Okay, all right, got it. Mac Street, Rosewood. Okay, then this is the only new one. All right, so what do you guys have to say?
All right, I make a motion to grant permits for the keeping of animal and fowl as presented to the board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, I'm signing them.
I'm just amazed there's so many.
I know.
Where I don't see them.
No.
I hear the ones in my neighborhood.
Yeah, your house you can hear them.
Yeah, because I've got a couple of them like around me,
Yeah.
and sometimes they're in my yard, but I have no objection to that because I know they're eating grubs
Yeah.
and ticks and stuff.
There's one up by Neshoba Park. He's a rooster that's every time I'm up there, he's crowing away.
Yeah. I guess when you buy the chicks, sometimes they make a mistake and you get a rooster.
Yeah,
Is that-
sometimes it's hard to
Yeah, I know. Well, what are you gonna do? If I got my chicks and one was a rooster, I probably wouldn't be able to give it away either.
I think there's a rooster rescue in like Fitchburg. Because I know a few people have been told like you have to get rid of your rooster, and that's where Julie sends them.
Yeah, I think if it's making a public nuisance, yeah.
Well, I know someone
Yeah.
had 3 at one point, and it was a bit of a problem.
Yeah. Because they probably get each other going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're. Oh,
As the
man.
sun comes up
And they're-
earlier.
Yeah.
And they're territorial, so they'll fight over.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
hens.
mean. You're probably better if you just have one
Yeah.
rooster around there. Yeah. I love the little chicken noises that my neighboring chickens make, especially when they're those happy little contented chicken sounds. The girls. Oh my God, they're still coming.
Yeah. We have 7 came in last year. We had 25 permits total.
Mm. I'm getting eggs from my daughter's chickens. The eggs are smaller, but the yolks are like really deep, like
Yellow.
color of that can.
Does that vary according to what you
I
feed
don't
them,
know
or?
if it's feed or if they're different kind. I don't know.
Huh.
But
Yeah. Well, with the prices of eggs, it's no wonder. All right, bills, mail.
I have a bill.
Woo.
It is a bill to pay the barn inspector wages for FY25.
Of course.
So, in the amount of $2,705.
Okay. I don't think we have to. Do we usually vote on this? Oh, come on. The Ayer Board of Health.
That was me. I'm sorry.
we are boring.
The book. No, it's like boar, like the big wild pig.
Oh,
It's like, yes, the Ayer, whatever, bull or steer of health. Do you mind if I put a D there?
Go ahead. It means it was like that last year too, because I just
Probably. I probably just didn't notice it last year. For the record, I am not a bore.
Fair enough.
And do we have to vote on this? Do you guys want to vote on it?
I don't think we need.
I mean, we
do
appoint someone and the position's in the budget,
and
so.
we pay them, and
And we pay them. I think we just do it.
I just need a signature, so
Yeah.
All right.
fair.
Okay. There we go.
I got a whole bunch of mail. I don't know if what you're interested in. Got a smattering from National Grid. They're gonna do their yearly environmental monitoring around their stuff. Board of Health gets notified.
Is that like, is it mostly vegetation?
Yeah, it's mostly vegetation.
Yeah, okay.
I got that. I've got a letter from DEP about FBS tire recycling on Willow Road and the mitigation that's ongoing with
Yeah,
that.
those will go on for a while.
I got another one.
Can I see that?
You're more than welcome to see that one. We just get CC'd on it.
Who owns that now? Has that changed
I don't know.
from the original?
I don't know.
This is like another
No,
version
it
of the
still
exact
has-
same thing.
Still has his name on it.
Oh, okay.
We got something from DEP about the landfill. It's sort of their
Oh, is that the, like, periodic monitoring or
Yeah.
something? Can I take a look at that?
then
This is the, yeah, this is like the standard
this is
thing that they do.
and
Yeah.
this is the herbicide application program around the railways. We got a letter about that. And from mosquito control, commencement of larval mosquito control in your community.
Oh, yeah.
That did go on.
You guys okay with the landfill monitoring?
Sure.
I think it's a once a year thing. They go out. And
There's
they do a
wells in the woods down behind the old.
So,
big- Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
but I got a whole host of mail.
There you go.
Okay.
No, I don't. That doesn't
I just
sound like
sort of a
anything.
general.
Yeah. we have to do- Okay.
You guys got mail. That's the answer.
We got mail. Items for upcoming meetings. So for sure, I would say let's do trash hauler again. Let's do harm reduction again. And then let's kind of see what comes in between now and then. Do either of you have anything else that you think we should have for next meeting?
No, those were the only two.
Yeah, those seem like
Yeah.
the things
we're.
we're.
I will have more chicken.
Yeah, there will definitely be more of those. Okay. Steve, you have anything you want
No.
on for
No.
next week? No?
No.
Okay, then our date for the next one is like the,
It will be May 12th.
May 12th?
May 12th.
Okay, all right. And there's nothing else on that day, right? I think the election's the next day, town election,
Yes,
but,
that affects the
okay,
planning
so
board.
we're not interfering with anything. Okay. Next meeting. Well, okay. Nothing else to talk about?
No.
It is 6:12. Anyone have a motion to adjourn? I'll let you keep reading if you
No, I
want.
can keep reading. I'm just waiting for you to make a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, 6:12, we are adjourned. Oh, I'm all in favor? I'm rushing it tonight. All in favor? Aye, okay. We are adjourned.